I got my beard trimmed the other day, and I walk in, he's like, what do you do? I was like, oh, I'm a jeweler, and he looks at me like, what? A jeweler? But this is all I've ever done, so I don't feel that way. I feel grateful that I get to be here in this space and create, use my hands, craft, and I like to call it art some days. Some days it's just a job. My name's Scott, owner of Scott James Jewelry, along with my wife, Melissa, and live in Heber City, Utah. I started wearing necklaces since I was, probably 7 or 8, tying bracelets, making necklaces. And then when I went to high school, I had a really amazing teacher named Sue Valella. She was the art teacher here at the high school, and she was a true artist. And so that's when I really kind of fell in love with the metals part of the craft and went that direction with it. Working with my hands is, I think it almost has to be a daily thing for me. We have some pretty good tight shots on our social, and I've even had people why would you post those dirty hands? And I'm like, I don't know if you know, but that's how we make this. It's all with these, so it's a cool part of the craft for sure to be able to use these every day. I think what inspires our work the most is the times my family and I have spent outdoors. Everyone thinks when they see our social media, they think it's me, but it's my wife. She's plans all the trips and puts everything together. And so my kids and I and her have just spent a lot of time in the outdoors, whether it's hiking, camping. It's just been a big part of who we are as a unit, and it's translated into our work here at the studio for sure. I think the durability of what we create is important to us. We luckily are crafting in metal, so the longevity of a piece has a lot better chance than I think a piece of clothing maybe. We have a topography line that we make, and it's basically a 1-for-1 of this area that you choose, right? And so people will get married or propose or do something in that zone, and I love the idea that we've created a bracelet with that topography on it that for sure it's gonna stand for generations, and someone will be like, well, that's where my grandma got married, or whatever it is, So the piece that we built today was crafted with mountain mahogany, and mountain mahogany is one of the densest, hardest woods in America, and that in and of itself has a ton of symbolism and a ton of meaning, just weathers all the storms, But a lot of times when we find it, there's a little crack or it's broken, and what we do is, we'll open that seam up a little bit, but then we pour sterling silver down into that crack and fill it. And there's some really fun symbolism there about repairing what's broken and making it more beautiful and giving it another opportunity to share that beauty with the world in another way. After we pour the metal, we cut it and we make a cabochon, and then we have a mountain bezel that we put around the mountain mahogany Kintsugi cabochon. And the mountains for us have always been a real big source of enjoyment, from family trips to skiing to all the good things. So that was kind of how this piece came together, and why we crafted it with the materials that we did. It's our Kintsugi mountain mahogany bolo. When we're making our jewelry, and whether it's for someone that's placed the order already, or whether it's a piece that I'm there's a quote by Picasso, and it's give your best work away. And I think my wife is she's what? Give your, I'm well, it speaks to me, so I'm gonna do it. So we'll always do a giveaway or whatever, but when I'm crafting those pieces for that, even if it's not purchased and it's just something that we're giving away, I hope it's something that people can take with them and feel the energy that we put into it, The hikes that we've taken in the mountains that inspired the piece, I hope those when you're on the trail and you're going to a destination, you get there and you see the sunset, and there's that really awesome spirit about it, That's what we try and put into the jewelry, is that same emotion, that same feeling. We hope you feel that when you put it on. So that's kind of what we hope when you buy a piece or or get a piece or win a giveaway. We hope you feel that same spirit of the outdoors and, you know, love of nature and all those things in the piece when you get to wear it.